long for us to know and hear the name, and a lot of people started to talk about Derek because of his stance on many very important issues and his resolve to stand up for Canadian families and for the sovereignty of our country. So please allow me to introduce Derek Sloan, our next leader.
Well, very glad to be here today, and thank you so much for coming out and showing your support. And we actually CTV reached out to us today. They wanted to get some footage of us doing our thing, and they just got here, so they're not set up yet. But you may see some cameras sort of floating around. So I got into this race because I believe that conservatives can win when they act like conservatives.
Yes, yes.
That's right. And I know I don't have to convince you of that here on the ground, but for some reason, the high-priced consultants and the people at the very upper echelons that seem to think that they know how it works keep on telling us, no, you have to water it down. You can be for, you can have a few things to say, but avoid controversy, play it safe, and yet we keep losing. We lose again and again, and we saw that. We had a lot of great candidates in the 2019 election. I'm looking at one of them right here. And unfortunately, that's right. Let's give a round of applause for that. And, unfortunately, even though Premier Doug Ford had done very well in the GTA barely a year before our election, and again, he went in there, they said he was a Trump, they said, he was homophobic and different things because of wanting to repeal the sex ed, and yet we did very well in the GTA. So the idea that you can't, stand up for values or stand against, some of these, the liberal overreach on all this stuff is false. And we went into the next election playing it very safe and not talking about any of those things. We crossed off all the lines. We agreed with the Paris Agreement. We said we'll never talk about abortion or anything like that. We're going to follow the climate targets and all this. It didn't help us one bit. In fact, more people voted for Justin Trudeau in 2019 than they did in Ontario anyways, than they did in 2015, which is astounding. And we didn't win barely any seats at all in the GTA. I think we won one in kind of the GTA proper, and then we won another in Durham. So, this is not a record. That's right. That's right. That is not a record that we should be proud of. We have to understand that, fortune, as it were, favors the bold. And fortune, I don't believe in fortune, I believe in God. But the fact is, is that sometimes we need to stand out on a limb. We need to take a step out in faith, as it were. And we need to show Canadians a true choice. And I believe that Canadians deserve a true conservative choice, and I believe that they should get one. And that's what my leadership campaign is about. It's about not apologizing. It's about not standing down. It's about always forward, never backwards. And that's what we want to bring to Canadian politics.
Thank you. Let's make Canada great again.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well done.
So this is actually our second last stop in the campaign. We have one more stop tonight in my riding. We've done 17 places this week. We did 16 in Western Canada last week. And I have just been amazed by the support that we are seeing all across the country from people just like yourself. So you're certainly not alone. There are many thousands of people that are sticking to the same principles that we are here. And I believe that a truly conservative platform will not only give Canadians a real choice, but can win. And when I win this leadership election, we will give the Canadian electorate a true conservative choice. Yes. We won't back down. We won't back down, and we won't compromise. We will always do what is best for Canada.
Thank you.
Whatever the issue, we will look at putting Canadians first.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. And for Canadians of all stripes, a Derek Sloan leadership will be the beginning of many better days for Canada.
Freedom.
That's right. For those who are involved in selling Canada out, involved in corruption, those days are over.
Over.
You've heard it here. This will be about Canadian people and putting Canada first. And I couldn't be prouder to represent this nation. I've been in every province. We couldn't go to the Maritimes because they have a lockdown right now. There are a bubble zone still. But I've been so happy and so proud to be in every corner of this country and meet people just like you all over. And our movement here is growing. And we're reaching so many people who wouldn't even typically have called themselves conservatives, but are now saying, you know, Derek, I used to support the NDP, but now I'm a card-carrying conservative because of your message.
Yeah.
We're seeing these people all over. Thank you so much. We're seeing people who come to our rallies. And, you know, I firmly believe this leadership race was challenging. We had some very tight deadlines. And I get people come here to my rallies all the time. Mothers with young children, people of all ages, and they say, Derek, if only I knew about you, a few months ago. We are starting the beginning of a massive Canadian patriotic movement, and I am so proud to be involved in it. And I'm seeing people of all sorts, people who, you would think they should be voting Liberal. Young people who are, yoga instructors, Pilates instructors, every type of person is coming and they're saying, you know what, Derek, I was never really into politics, but I like you. And Canadians, they don't want another politician. They want someone who's going to tell the truth. They want somebody who's not going to back down, and they want someone who is going to put Canada first. And that's what I may not be able to promise to do. I may not, be able to have the best hair or the best socks or, the best witty comebacks.
It's okay. No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't need that.
You're a good dad.
But I can promise that with every decision I make, I will be putting Canadians first. I will be telling the truth. I will be transparent. And I will make sure that Canada is always focusing on its own citizens, is not selling itself out to the highest bidder. And I want to thank you for your support here. I'm so happy to be here in Mississauga. I've been meeting with people all over this great country, and I'm so proud to be here. I'm just going to mention quickly before I end, my beautiful wife is here. Jen, could you wave? And my 3 kids are running around somewhere. I'm not sure where they are, but they're here. Wait, in the back there, I guess. So my 3 kids are here? Okay, they're in the back.